Hi, I am Rapid Freelance, and I
Just
am
checking in. Fine, finest, pristine.
giving away this
Yeah, no.
laptop, HP
I saw
laptop.
the truck drive through.
See
too.
the description
Isn't it?
for
See it
the
to me.
specs on the laptop. I'm giving it away because I already have two other laptops that I'm using. I bought this laptop in 2021. It's still in the box. It's available, and
Mr.
it's
Burger,
looking
please.
for a new owner. So whoever gets on this live stream and
So where's the
hits
gold?
me up, lets me know what they want to use the laptop for and how it'll be helpful to them.
You're shitting me.
Let the best man win. I'll review all the responses and pick the person that I want to give this laptop to. So go ahead and like and subscribe for this channel. The channel name is Rapid Freelance Solutions, and I'm giving away this laptop to anybody who contacts me. My contact is rapidfreelancesolutions@gmail.com, and I'm giving away this laptop. Again, my contact is rapidfreelancesolutions@gmail.com, and I'm giving away this laptop to a person who contacts me and lets me know how this laptop will be helpful to them. Let me know.
How you doing? We're all packed up? How'd you ditch that guy? Leave him at the altar?
Oh yeah, I left him at the altar.
That's my girl. What happened to you?
Yeah. What? There was a change in plans you couldn't call to tell me? Huh? Get him off the boat. Off the boat. Get off the boat. Yeah, that's right. Where's your friend? Where's your friend? You all alone? No. You ain't alone. It ain't good to be alone. Dump it. Here, go find his friend.
I didn't have a choice.
Let my wife go.
You mind if I say something personal? Your wife's a whore. She and you fucked this little plan into a cocked hat.
After all the crap we went through together.
I'm giving away this laptop to
Rich.
Is that so?
That's right. I was
interested
make you
parties.
rich, contrary
If you are looking for a laptop, your laptop's broken, you want a brand new laptop.
Yeah?
This laptop is brand new in the box, bought it in 2021. I'm using two other laptops and I don't need it. So
What is
if
your
you're
real
interested,
What was it
let me
before you
know.
changed it?
And my contact is rapidfreelancesolutions@gmail.com.
You had to go out on a limb. You had to go out on a limb. Didn't you? Didn't you?
Rapid Freelance Solutions at gmail.com.
Yeah, we had in mind a different deal. How about that? I hear if you're flexible, it keeps you young.
I'll give up the gold. Me and the girl, we leave on the boat.
What if the gold's on the boat?
I gave up the gold, baby. I had to.
You what?
I had to.
Yeah. I hate to break your rice bowl, but your wife just made another deal. Deal she made, we get the gold, we let you live. What do you think?
Let me walk away.
That's right.
Me and the girl?
Well, not quite.
I'm sorry, baby.
Let's get this boat out of here. Hey, she's got a very commercial mind.
Hey, hold on. Hold on a second here.
Bust,
Hold on.
pal.
Hey.
You're bust. You got broke. Go cry a little. You fortunate motherfucker. If you don't step up, you're gonna stay here. A little bit of forever. This way you walk away, you're a lucky dog.
Take the gold. Take off the gold. Just leave me the boat.
Don't make me lose my respect for you. Get the boat out of here, get the gold off.
Give him some money! Leave him some money! Don't let him go down there with nothing! Give him some money!
Yeah, that's right. We don't want to send you out there broke. Give me a shiv. Yeah. Buy yourself some.
I'm giving away. Hi, Rapid Freelance Solutions. I'm giving away this HP laptop. It's brand new in the box, but 2021. I've not opened the box yet, but it is looking for a new owner, and I'm looking for someone who will use it for who knows what. But if you're interested, let me know what you would want to use it for, and I'll pick the best applicants. Brand new laptop, but 2001, not using it. I have two other laptops that I use, and this is the third one that I don't need, and I'm looking to give it away. Just let me know what you would like to use it for and how it will help you and be meaningfully impactful to you. My contact is rapidfreelancesolutions@gmail.com.
Too hip to be happy. Is that so? You had to go and hit me. You all done?
Waiting for subscribers to see
Where's the fucking gold?
if there's any interest in
They're bad for you.
this laptop. It's an open. If you want
Yeah,
a
but you're gonna spend the rest of your life with me.
new laptop, I have a laptop that I'm giving away.
Where's
Just
the fucking gold?
reach out to me by email, rapidfreelancesolutions@gmail.com, and let me know how you use this laptop, how it will be helpful to you, and why you need it. And I'll review the submissions and pick the submission that I like the best. Working laptop, you'll of course be responsible for paying shipping fees wherever this item needs to be shipped to. But we can straighten out the details later on. But if you need a new laptop, this laptop in the box, giving it away. Hey, brand new laptop. Never been opened, bought it in 2021. I already have two other laptops. I don't need it. So I'm looking for someone to give it away to. Just let me know if you're looking for a new laptop. Contact me at rapidfreelancesolutions@gmail.com. There we go. If you're interested in a brand new laptop. Never opened the box, but 2000. If you want to just contact me, you can contact me at rapidfreelancesolutions@gmail.com, or you can leave a comment. Remember to like and subscribe this channel so that
Then he had an auto-pointing gun at me. It's insincere.
so that you know, if I have other giveaways in the future, you'll know about it. You can know about it.
Tired.
You'll be alright.
I think it says MK phone. I don't know. I don't see a phone number. But
Cute plan.
Cute as a Chinese baby.
alright, MK, your laptop. Let's see. Alright, MK, sometimes you need it for school projects. What school do you go to? Or are you at university or?
simplify life with diabetes with Omnipod.
Hey, what's up everyone? So we're Alter Tech back again with another awesome video, and in today's video we're going to look at a $150 HP laptop I recently picked up at Micro Center. So before we start, I would really appreciate a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and if you would like to see some more tech videos, be sure to subscribe. Okay, so first things first, this offer was available to new Micro Center customers and it was only available in store. To get this, I had to reserve it and use a targeted coupon by signing up. Now initially this was supposed to be a $350 laptop with a savings of $150, but in store this price rang up at $300 and the total came up to about $157 with tax. I know the sales tax here in New Jersey for this particular store is 3.5%. Now I've always heard about Micro Center, but I wasn't sure if it was worth the drive to Patterson, New Jersey, but I have to say it was well worth it. I don't think I've ever been inside a store like this. It was like a warehouse filled with computer parts and accessories, and the workers were extremely nice, and one particular person actually went out their way to give me a warm, friendly welcome. I wish I knew her name so I could have given her a shout in the video, but I appreciate your hospitality. But anyway, after browsing the store, I went ahead to the pickup counter and I picked up my laptop. They came in a standard size laptop box, and here's a quick unboxing. In the box you'll get a power adapter, power cord, instruction manual. Now keep this in mind, you're getting a $300 laptop for about $150. This is not a $1,000 laptop. From a distance this actually looks nice. It's, it's quite shiny, but once you get your hands on it, it feels like a $150 laptop. Now I'm not going to complain because this has some pretty good specs. So for $150 you're getting an AMD Ryzen 3 3250U 2.6 GHz processor, a nice 15.6 Full HD IPS monitor with an anti-glare display, 8 GB of DDR4 RAM, 256 GB of SSD storage, a multi-format SD media card reader, and this is something you can't find on most MacBooks nowadays, and you also get an AMD Radeon graphics card, or I believe a GPU, or whatever you want to call it. Alright, now so let's give this laptop a quick inspection. On the left side you have a power supply port on the far corner and 2 USB ports. On the right side you have a USB-C port, an SD card reader, headphone jack, HDMI port, and 2 LED lights. On the bottom you have 2 grip strips, 2 screws, and your vents. On the top you have your shiny HP logo. It doesn't look too bad. But now when you open the lid you have a display with thin side bezels, and where the top and bottom bezels are slightly thicker, the bottom one being slightly even more thicker, on the top you have your microphone ports and a webcam, which is better than I expected. The webcam can record at 720p, it offers True Vision HD, and speaking of 720p, I prefer this display much more than my HP Chromebook, which tops out at 720p. Right now indoors I have my laptop set at 30% brightness. I don't plan on carrying this around, and I don't recommend anyone using this as a travel laptop because of the build quality, which I'll talk about in a minute. So let's go ahead and look at the keyboard. This has a full-size keyboard with a numeric pad, which I wasn't expecting. It's nice to have a numeric keypad, but it kind of cramps all the keys together on one side. It's something I'll have to get used to, but it's not a deal breaker. The thing that I'm struggling with the most right now are the keys. They feel very flimsy and cheap, so if I were to go ahead and apply pressure in the middle, there's a lot of give to it. I'm sure after some time I'll get used to it, but I wish there was some way for me to upgrade the keys or the keyboard. I know the trackpad works fine, but it's very sensitive, and it might also be the cheapest trackpad I've ever used in my life. Like I've said, this is $150, and this laptop is still a steal, but to get to that price point they had to cut back on the build quality, which is understandable. And for the plastic finish on this laptop, it's very, very cheap. It feels very hollow at some points, but for the performance and the display, it definitely makes up for it. You're definitely getting more than what you paid for. So this laptop is running Windows 11, and I got it for browsing the internet. I'm not a big fan of gaming, but my nephew is, but I can't really see him using this laptop for gaming. I think he would probably go through this laptop within a year, or maybe less than a year. But like I've said, this laptop is perfect for someone who's on a low budget and who's looking to do some light work. As for the sound quality, it's decent at best, and if you're going to use it to watch YouTube videos, you should be fine. One thing I would like to mention is that with Microsoft Edge, the fans usually kick in, which is why I'm using the Brave browser right now. So I could have multiple tabs opened with Brave, and I could have Microsoft Word running in the background and not have any issues. Overall, I'm completely happy with this purchase, and it's nice to have a Windows device at home in case there's an application I need to run that can't be run on Mac OS. I also like the fact that
have a challenge for all of you. Go to every computer in your house, your mom's, your dad's, your sister, your brother's computer, and install Honey. Wait, Mom, before you check out, do you have Honey installed?
What's Honey?
Oh, no. It's a free browser add-on that automatically applies coupon codes when you check out online.
So what's the catch?
There is no catch. My mom wants to buy these 3 jackets online. They cost $639. Before you check out, Mom, can you just open a new tab and then type in joinhoney.com. Now just click add to Crump.
What's up YouTube, how goes it? Another day, another video. In today's video, we're having a look at the HP laptop. No really, that's literally what HP decided to call this guy. It's just called the HP laptop 15-inch. Now with that being said, it does have a model number. For this particular configuration, we've got Intel's latest 11th generation Core i5 quad-core processor, 8GB of DDR4 RAM, Intel's integrated Iris Xe graphics, of course a rather spacious 500GB solid state drive. We also have the latest Wi-Fi and Bluetooth standards on board, and this is a HD Plus display, meaning it's slightly above 720p. Now I played around this laptop for a couple of days and I have a pretty strong opinion and a pretty good review lined up for you guys, and I think you seriously might want to watch it before buying this computer because there are a bunch of caveats to consider. With all that said guys, if you do enjoy this video, consider liking it and subscribing to my channel. It means a ton to me, helps me grow and provide more quality content for you guys. Let's get started. Starting with the unboxing itself, as you can see, this is a pretty generic looking cardboard box with the HP branding. Not a whole lot to see honestly. Once you remove the content seal itself, inside you'll find a number of items. First and foremost, of course, the laptop itself in this nice metallic silver color, but we'll come back to that in a second. Beyond that, of course, you have a 45-watt charging adapter cable. It is proprietary, and no, this laptop does not support USB-C charging, unfortunately. You also have the wall outlet cable, and of course, your usual instruction manual, quick start guide, warranty, practice, and best compliance information. So, you know, the fun stuff. Coming back to the laptop design. Look guys, I gotta be pretty honest with you. I've reviewed a number of mid-range laptops in 2021 now, and I have to say of all the ones I reviewed, this HP laptop is by far the least appealing to me, at least in terms of design. The minute you hold this thing, it feels cheap and flimsy. It doesn't feel like it's high quality TPU, rather it feels like it was literally mass manufactured as quickly as possible in a factory, which of course is the case. Now one good thing is because it's a full hard TPU build, this only weighs 3.7 pounds, so if you are planning on carrying this laptop around for long periods of time, it'll do just fine in that regards. Starting off with the top side of the laptop, right away you can see there's this nice metallic silver color. It's a full hard TPU finish, no textures, it's pretty smooth, which I can appreciate. Also, in between you have the HP logo, which has a nice reflective mirror-like surface in between. This is probably the most premium looking part of this laptop. As we make our way to the side of the laptop, you've got a decent amount of I/O ports. They're more or less in line with industry standards for most mid-range laptops. So on one side, you've got the DC jack and 2 USB 3.0 ports. As you make your way to the other side, you have a HDMI port, you have a USB-C port, you also have a headphone jack and a SD card reader, which is good if you're going to be sharing a lot of media. Now, when we make our way to the bottom side, it's pretty standard stuff. You've got a hard TPU shell, a large passive air intake vent, and you do have rubber grips to make sure the laptop stays in place, but not much else to see. As we unfold the laptop, I have to say, the chassis has a nice metallic finish and a design that actually looks pleasant to the eyes. As far as palm rest space goes, it's decent. It's not the most I've seen on a 15-inch laptop, but it's not bad either. The trackpad is where things get pretty interesting. This kind of seems like an ultra wide trackpad. So what I mean is that it's super long in its length, but it's pretty short in terms of its width. So depending on the task you're doing, you may find this somewhat intrusive. Now, as far as the trackpad quality goes, HP really dropped the ball here. The trackpad feels cheap and flimsy. If you click on any particular corner, nearly half the trackpad literally lifts up. The surface is made of plastic, which in itself is not a bad thing, but just the overall positioning of the trackpad is really poorly done over here. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it doesn't get much better when you make your way to the keyboard. Now while the keys are nice and large in terms of their surface area, they again feel cheap, flimsy, and loose. When you press on any particular key, it feels like it's really loosely in place. While key travel is decent, there's little to no tactile feedback. Type fast enough and you feel like you're typing on a really bad quality rubber dome keyboard. On top of that, there's no backlighting, which is shameful. Almost every mid-range laptop in this price range actually offers backlighting. This is the first laptop I've stumbled upon in this price range where there's no backlighting whatsoever. Thankfully, you do have the inclusion of a 10 keypad. Also, all the traditional media keys are integrated with the functional keys, and yes, you do have a dedicated power button. Beyond the keyboard itself, you can see you have a pretty large speaker grill. Now we will be doing a detailed sound test later on in the video, so stay tuned for that. Also, you can see that this is a single tier hinge, and I have to be honest, it's not a bad hinge in terms of overall quality. It does wobble a little bit, but nothing too dramatic. Unfortunately, like a lot of laptops, the way this hinge is designed, if you actually open the laptop from the corner of the lid, you will put enormous strain on the hinge and you may potentially damage in the long term. Just be wary of that. As far as the display fitting is concerned, I have to say that this is more or less in line with 2021 standard. So you have a pretty thin chin on the bottom, and you can see that the bezels on the side are pretty thin as well, and more or less, again, like I said, aligned with what competitors offer. Now you do have a 720p webcam. That isn't anything impressive, but it's not any worse than what you'll find in other laptops either. Let's talk about the display. Look, I really don't want to pick on HP any more than I already have in terms of this laptop, but this display is just a genuinely sad story. For beginners, HP only offers a HD Plus display over here with a resolution of 1366 by 768. It basically looks like a glorified Minecraft screen. Also, you have a peak brightness of 250 nits. Now this isn't the worst I've seen on mid-range laptops. It's gonna do fine as far as most indoor lighting scenarios goes, but you cannot use this thing in direct sunlight, and you'll have a pretty hard time using it in any sort of indirect sunlight as well. So keep that in mind. On top of that, you only have a color rating of 45% NTSC. The screen looks washed out. I would not recommend this display for any sort of color intensive activities like photo editing or color grading. And in general, the viewing angles are quite literally horrendous. So if you're looking at this laptop from anything beyond, let's say, a couple of degrees from the center, you start noticing the white fade out coming pretty quickly. Overall, I have to say, guys, it's sad because there's competitors like the Acer Swift 3 that cost the exact same price as this laptop, and they offer a decent quality 1080p display. Now, I'm not expecting a top-notch display, but it would be nice to at least see a full HD display, considering that this is a mid-range laptop. If there is one saving grace for this laptop, it has to be its performance, which is more or less in line with the competition. So that Core i5 processor can definitely handle its own, and that 8GB of RAM is more than enough in most day-to-day scenarios. If you're doing daily tasks like web browsing, watching some Netflix, doing word processing, or anything of that nature, you'll generally find that this laptop will breeze right through it. Even if you're doing more moderately CPU intensive tasks, you'll still find the laptop generally holds its ground with little to no performance drop. Now, if you are doing something like video editing on here, which I would not advise in the first place because of the display, you'll find that anything higher than 1080p, that 8GB of RAM very quickly becomes a bottleneck, and you start noticing performance drops pretty quickly. On the note of gaming, this laptop isn't designed for gaming, so it's unfair to hold it to that standards, but that integrated Iris Xe chipset can definitely hold its ground. Playing games like Fortnite or Counter-Strike Go, for example, you can actually play on low to medium settings, in some cases with 60 plus frames per second, which is more than reasonable. If you dare run Cyberpunk on here, look, just don't. Just don't. Right, just don't. Let's talk about battery life. I just don't get what HP was doing. It's like they closed their eye to the competition. In our test, we basically found you can squeeze up to 7 hours of battery life with light use on this laptop at around 50% brightness, which is quite lackluster if you compare it again to the likes of the Dell Inspiron or the Acer Swift or the IdeaPad 5, which by the way all have higher resolution screens than the one you find on this laptop. Now, depending on what you're doing, the battery life can vary. If you are doing something more intensive like gaming, for example, that can very quickly drop to around the neighborhood of 1.5 to 2 hours. And if you are using it on maximum brightness, it can even drop beneath an hour in extreme use cases. But overall, the battery life is just not good. Let's talk about the sound quality on this thing. Despite the fact that HP put a large speaker grill on here, this is in fact a mono speaker, it's not a stereo setup. With that being said, sound quality isn't bad. This is a relatively loud laptop. You can have a quick listen for yourself.
Beyond Stats, powered by Microsoft and La Liga. All new metrics take you deeper into the game. Distance to nearest opponent, 4.72 meters. 94% completed pass probability. It's your game.
Alright, so the moment of truth, the final verdict. Look guys, I gotta be honest, priced at $620 USD or up here in Canada for $900, it's just genuinely hard to recommend this laptop given the fierce competition. The Acer Swift is the exact same price up here in Canada for $900. It offers a better screen, a far superior keyboard, and a much better build quality with a metallic finish, might I add. So when you compare all those things, even to other laptops like the Lenovo's IdeaPad series or even Dell's Inspiron 5000 series, this laptop just falls short in nearly every category. The only thing it has going for it is decent performance, which doesn't really exceed any of the competition. It's more or less in line. All in all, I think unless or otherwise you find this laptop on a pretty good deal where it's at least $100 USD off, I would not recommend this laptop, just the fact that it doesn't excel anywhere in particular. Now with that being said, one thing I will say is that this laptop most likely will go on sale. HP does a pretty good job of bringing up sales overall. And I'll also say this, that just because this laptop is bad doesn't mean that HP is a bad brand when it comes to laptop manufacturing. They have some pretty good laptops with their Envy series, and this is just one of those cases where it's not something I personally found to be particularly useful or good. All in all guys, I hope you enjoyed this review. I hope you found it insightful, and I hope it helps you make the right decision as far as purchasing goes. If you did, consider liking this video and subscribing to my channel. We've always got some awesome stuff coming up. So with that said, thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Soul of Tech, logging out.
Did you know that most people make at least one of these 15 laptop buying mistakes? This ends up either costing them money up front, or it forces them to spend more money because they have to upgrade too soon. I've definitely been guilty of some of these in the past, so I put together this video to help you avoid the most common laptop buying mistakes. When people shop for laptops, the majority of the time what they're doing is simply comparing a list of specs. And this isn't only true for online shoppers. So the next time you're at a store and you see someone looking at laptops, watch them and you'll see that they're basically going from one to one, taking a look at the display and then just reading the spec sheets. They don't type on the keyboard, they don't use the trackpad, they don't play around with the brightness on the display, and they don't pick it up to see how heavy it is. They're about to based on what you actually need. Hopefully this video was helpful. Click on my face to subscribe and then watch one of these videos.
Google Fi, a phone plan by Google. Fi has unlimited plans that fit your data usage.
You know what I always say? Buy it nice or buy it. Laptop buying mistakes. This ends up either costing them money up front, or it forces them to spend more money because they have to upgrade too soon. I've definitely been guilty of some of these in the past, so I put together this video to help you avoid the most common laptop buying mistakes. When people shop for laptops, the majority of the time what they're doing is simply comparing a list of specs. And this isn't only true for online shoppers. So the next time you're at a store and you see someone looking at laptops, watch them and you'll see that they're basically going from one to one, taking a look